the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
You disgust me.
Who gives a shit?
Go on.
I made it the fuck up. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. It's glorious! And I run.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land, and welcome to Tuesdays with Geeks, starring special guest Grim Jim, who's not usually with us.
No, I am not. But all the naked people are still making their way back from the AVN Awards, so I am free.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that is, I'm glad. I know you'd rather be making money, but I'm glad to have you on. Especially when we have so many interesting things to talk about today. Like this. I found this particular headline, and I wanted to show this off really quick. So, would somebody kindly read this?
A woman arrested at Apple Store after inserting half-dozen stolen iPads inside her vagina. You're welcome.
Thank you. And
it's of course it's Ohio. Ohio's like the worst place in America.
I would have thought it would have been Florida for sure, but
right?
No, it's Ohio. Nothing good comes out of Ohio.
Did you mistake
I
them
still
for
haven't
different
forgiven them
kinds
for the
of
Toledo War.
what?
Those don't go in. Never mind. Could they have been iPad minis? Is that a thing?
I don't know. That's what actually that tripped me up. At first, I just thought it was iPhones, but then I had to go back and read iPads.
I think someone got confused with their hygienics.
No.
But even regular pads don't go like up in there.
Well,
Maybe
she was
she
at
has-
an Apple store.
Yeah.
Good grip.
Whew.
No, maybe just the sheer amount of fat rolls made it possible. I don't know.
I can't imagine how that's possible.
I mean, just to pull this up for a little size comparison, that's the iPad Mini.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
It's still. Oh,
that would be uncomfortable anyway, I would think.
that'd be a hospital trip.
Yeah.
Can we see her face again?
No.
Yeah, she looks like she would do that.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe she likes fisting.
I mean,
Even that's like of a size that it could just like
Yeah, maybe she
possibly fit. If you
Well-
had children. Go ahead.
maybe she worked her way up to it. You know, first time she went stealing, it was Apple Watches, then iPhones.
Yeah.
The next time,
she started with the iPod Nano, and she's like trying to work her way up. She's going places.
All right,
Specifically
next
to jail.
The snatch smuggler. I don't know. I'm just... the only thing I can't get out of my head is, if she was trying to resell those afterwards, some guy sniffed and go, what does it smell on this iPad?
I would assume she put them in
Bow tie.
a condom first, right? Wait, can those fit in condoms?
No, they're way too big.
condoms can be pretty stretchy.
They can
Not
be.
that stretchy.
If you boil them, you can fit them over a phone booth.
I don't think she'd boil them.
Her womb isn't that hot, Grim.
I'm just saying, they're pretty stretchy.
I mean, so is
Well,
the vagina normally, but still.
Well, we learned something about Grimm today.
Yeah.
How do
I'm
you
old
know
enough to
that?
remember phone booths.
I didn't know what topics we'd be covering today. I just want to put that out there.
Here you go, Harmony. We put this one on here, and I think this one fits for you.
Emotional damage.
Just a little bit. I just can't imagine. Like, my lady parts hurt thinking about it.
Snortapoopas. Next year should be visiting a Toyota dealership. Damn.
Whew. I got nothing more to say on that topic.
Don't let her borrow your phone.
Imagine getting a refurbished iPad that smells like sourdough.
Oh, Patty.
No. Oh,
Normally,
Christ.
phone history is where you've been, not where it's been.
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine the pictures it took?
No, I can't. Let's move on.
Okay.
You don't think she used Snapchat?
Snatch chat? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Snatch chat, yes.
I don't want to get that clam spam in my messages.
Oh.
You know, if she at least got one of those like little folding phones, it could be like a little clamshell.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, if it was like a Nokia or something, I can see it, but I can't see an iPad now.
Do you suppose she puts an otter box around it? I'm sorry, I just... Grimm is just like, I can't believe I came on this show.
For this, I stopped playing Pal World.
somehow this is lower brow than tabletopless.
I was playing Lethal Company 20 minutes ago. I could have still been there.
T-shirt. Next story. Redeem yourself.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, I just got some news from our dear friend Bill Sylvie, the Dungeon Delver. I'll relate that here shortly, but yeah, let's see. Our next big thing here we got is Troll Lord Games has announced that they are expanding their work with the estates of Gary Gygax and are publishing some new stuff. And let's see if I can get the info page up. Yes, here we go. Uno momento.
Yeah, so it sounds like the overall sales for the Castle Zagig were far greater than they had anticipated.
You knew they would be.
I don't know. I can see how you'd underestimate it.
Not me.
I mean, there's not necessarily they haven't exactly been a lot of recent stuff out with it, so they're kind of doing a little bit of a shot in the dark. And while Gary's name has a legacy to it, the fact that this stuff's been so long out of print that there's kind of it's been long enough that it's sort of uncertain.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Hermit came off of Kickstarter recently, so that's already over with. Castle Zagig has already been out for a while. Yigsburg, I have a copy of that, but now they're going to do Eastmark, the Manse, the Mouths of Madness, and the Dungeons. The Teeth of Barkesh Nur, the Halls of Many Plains, and the Kings of England, Kings of France board game. Which I've never heard of, but how it relates to...
From what I've heard through the grapevine, that was a board game Gary was working on right around the time of his death, because Gary did like board games.
Not surprised. I mean, considering Strategos. But our dear friend, the Dungeon Delver, Bill Sylvie, apparently worked on one of the streets or one of the levels in some of these products. And he was actually asking Troll Lord Steve earlier if they'd be the original writers would be consulted about it. I don't know what became of that, other than Troll Lord Steve told him, to email him, and I guess we'll hear from Delver whenever he releases more information. But that's what we got.
That's exciting. I thoroughly enjoyed the Castles and Crusades campaign I was a part of.
Yeah, it's a good system.
I enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about switching over to it after I finish up my OSC game.
Mm-hmm.
I
There were a few things I enjoyed about it. Go on.
OSC is okay. I really can't say anything good or bad about it, other than that it does exactly what it's supposed to do, which is emulate old school D&D with no real flair one way or the other. I mean, I know that's probably not a real resounding comment about it, but
if that's what you want, that's what it does.
It does what it's meant to do.
Yeah, it does what it's meant to do. It is a little bit cleaner. I mean, in that it's the information is laid out a little bit better. Psionics is missing from it, but I don't know. I've heard back and forth about psionics. Some people really think it was genius, ahead of its time, and much better than what it was originally portrayed. And and other people just are kind of like me and just thought, that's kind of cool. Whatever. It's not well implemented, and get rid of it. Don't use it.
Mm.
I still, if I want the original old school experience, I'm still going to go Scarlet Heroes, just because I haven't found anything that does it better, and I haven't found anything. And I haven't found anything that, that just makes it work better for me. I can do anything with that game.
I liked the way psionics worked. I liked the idea of them, but I didn't like the implementation, the powers, and so on. So many of them didn't feel like psionic powers.
Dark Sun did pretty good with the psionics. I think 3.5 was underestimated in how well it handled psionics. And then we got Pathfinder First Edition, which pretty much said, psionics are spells.
I had a good bit of 3.5, and I'm struggling to remember how they handled psionics.
They had points, and they had kind of a system laid out for it. The guy who worked on that is one of those guys I consider to be like the geniuses of gaming. Is it Bruce? What was his last name?
Cordell?
Yeah, Cordell.
My God, I remembered someone's name.
Yeah, that guy's a genius. That guy is he's so fucking smart. I mean, seriously. If I could choose like a game designer to work with other than, my immediate friends and things, I would want to work with Bruce Cordell. Because that guy, he's a sharp motherfucker. He really is. Okay. Psionics is treated as better than spells. Power creeped wizard. Yeah, kind of in 3.5. I had a wizard friend who actually hated psionics in 3.5 because he saw them as being way more powerful than spells. And yet he was the same guy who the GM allowed to use every single spell from every single source written for every single 3.0 and 3.0 book, to the point where it was nauseating. I was kind of like, eventually I looked at my GM and I said, you have the balls to sit here and worry about how powerful my psionic characters are when you have this guy who has access to literally 8 feet of stacked books worth of spells. I mean, and I shit you not, my friend had a spreadsheet that listed every single spell, which book it was in, and what page it was on.
You have to admire the chutzpah, though.
Oh.
I mean, I was kind of like, Jesus, man, I just have this one damn book to work with. How overpowered could I be?
Yeah. You then find out that he was pseudonymously publishing 3rd edition spell books to smuggle spells that he really wanted into the game.
Versatility is one of the most powerful things in any RPG.
Yeah, I want to say
what's this fine print here? This says deals 20 extra damage to T-shirted historians. Well, it's in the book.
It's in the book, yeah.
Rules is written.
Rules is written. I think he actually had all the spells from the porn supplement in there as well. What's that thing called? I'm sorry, I've been at work all day.
Erotic Fantasy?
The Book of Erotic Fantasy, yeah. He had all the spells from that listed in there too. Although he never used any. But they were there just in case he ever got a wild hair up his ass and found a use for needing to have it. So, because he's one of those guys. He just like absolutely, he's one of those guys who wants to have a spell to deal with whatever situation that he encounters, so he can just kind of like literally just, magic his problem away, no matter what it is.
But he had to prepare different ones every day.
He did, but then we got Pathfinder 1st edition, and he found archetypes that basically let him swap spells on the quick. I think it was the Arcanist. Actually, he got sicker when he got the Arcanist, because then he started being able to access clerical spells along with on his mage. So at that point, I was just kind of like, dude, you pretty much just fucking broke the game at this point.
Make your wizard learn new systems by telling them they have access to every spell from every RPG ever.
I mean, yeah, that's just... At that point, I was just kind of like, why do we even delineate between mage and clerical spells anymore?
But you're not bitter about it.
I'm horribly bitter about it. Because he still plays with me to this day. And he still does this. He's still
Are you the GM?
Same GM.
So it's not you?
No, I'm not the GM. When I GM, I force him to either stick with only what's in the book, or I pull out a new game system and I say, here, you can only use what's in this. He hates me for it, but I don't care.
Just do the Pathfinder Society rule, or was it the 5e rule, where they would say you could use the core rule book plus one additional?
Yeah, he'd never go for that. But and I couldn't blame him though, because it's like I found a way to break the game too, because I started playing the Pathfinder's Oracle, and I started playing the dual cursed Oracle, which in the first place has the ability to make enemies re-roll their d20s, which that was awesome. Because like every time GM be like, crit, I'd be like, no, roll again. So that aggravated the DM to no end. Then of course I had all the healing, but then I made it worse because using a combination of feats, I figured out how to throw a lay on hands as a quick action, because actions are everything in Pathfinder 3.5. So I threw that as a quick action, so it didn't cost me any actions. I could throw a regular spell as a regular action, and then I could throw an additional healing as I think it was like a hasted action or something else. It was sick, but I was throwing so much healing in a single round that I was just overcoming every single point of damage the GM was inflicting on the party.
Wild.
I mean, yes, I was burning through a lot of my lay on hands and stuff very, very quickly, but it was just the most broken thing I could find that was just literally making me like super god healer. And I was kind of like, if we had two of me in the party...
They're just lucky Fireball isn't a pre-existing condition.
It's the joy of RPGs. Just let the players get a little broken. It's fine.
Yeah, and it doesn't take long, especially if you have like a good rules lawyer or a system that really encourages that. Yeah. But and I mean, I know I'm kind of tangenting out here, and I didn't mean to, but I think that is one of the reasons that's one of the things I was thinking about this the other day, and I was kind of like, That is why 3.5 and Pathfinder First Edition and 3.0, why those rule systems suck. Because they have a rule for everything you can imagine under the sun, no matter how minute. And yet, the majority of your archetypes, their abilities, and feats are designed to circumvent all the rules. In my opinion, when you have a system that spends so much time letting players dismantle rules, what do you have?
That's the fun of it. My favorite board game of all time is an older game from the 70s called Cosmic Encounter. And that's basically the entire game. It has like a set structure that's very, very strict, but everyone gets a different power where they can break a rule in a specific way. And that's what makes it really good.
It's a great game.
You guys nodded. I'm surprised that you know it.
I've got the newer edition that Fantasy Flight put out.
Yeah, and I should remember one of Grimm's favorite games is Mage, where basically the whole game is you have to bullshit your GM into letting you cast what you want.
Yeah. I have
I
have an Eon copy of Cosmic Encounter.
Delver's in the. Come on, Delver, you need a. Do you need a link? Come on, if you're going to hang out in this, you're going to hang out in with us.
Well, not if he's going to throw all caps around. He's not coming on.
Well, hey, caps lock is cruise control for cool.
We need some more energy in here. He seems to bring energy. That's what
he does.
Says.
I'm just like the only thing I've got today is like news about hot dogs and video game controllers, but I don't think I care about that.
Now I'm curious.
Hot dogs?
My mind's still stuck on the
iPads.
Yeah. I want to show off my copy of Cosmic Encounter now. I'll be right back. This is very important.
Nerd moment. Must savor the nerd moment. She's totally running off to go find it too.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm staring at that copy of Twilight Imperium on our shelf.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Me too. I've played that once, and we only got 3/4 of the way through the game.
You mean through the first turn?
Power Grid.
About 4 turns, I think.
Survive. Oh, Mansions of Madness.
Is it? That's a copy of Cosmic Encounters there. It's not the copy.
Dominant Species.
Oh, did you put me full screen?
Well, we wanted to look at your.
We would never do that.
Well, I almost on stream.
We wanted to look at your gaming shelf.
Oh yeah, you like it?
Yeah, we were trying to figure out all the games you had.
Oh yeah, I can go through them, but here's my old beat up
vintage
copy of Eon Cosmic Encounter. I have an old Fantasy Flight one, not the most recent edition, but yeah. But that's not
cool. So many cool aliens in that.
Yes, I know. But yeah, here's my gaming shelf. One of them. I have another couple.
What do you got? You got Mansions of Madness, Patchwork, Dominant Species. What's above? Is that Dragonlance above that, or
no? That's my. That's my.
Oh wait.
Held together with duct tape, beat up copy of Cosmic Encounter. Yeah.
See,
she really likes that game.
I have an earlier version of one of your games there.
Oh yeah.
That it would be Survive.
Oh yeah.
Like I managed to find a copy at a garage sale for I think like $5, and it had all the pieces. So I've got the little shark. I've got like all the little boats.
Yeah, it's a great game to play with my nieces and nephews. So very easy. But,
no Space Hulk though.
no Space Hulk. Codename.
It was a cheap way to buy Terminators.
It was.
Yeah.
I had an original copy of Blood Bowl, an original copy of Deathwing and Space Hulk, and an original copy of Chainsaw Warrior.
Oh yeah, I've got that. Do you buy original Blood Bowl? Do you mean the small A4 sized box?
No, the one with the
Then
big.
you don't have an original then. I do.
Okay, well, I got the one with the plastic orcs and the plastic humans and the big
No, this
foam
had
grid.
card standees in it. I prefer the pitch on the first edition. It was a grass pitch. It was a flat jigsaw piece that you put together.
Yeah, I never. This is before my ability to paint actually got anywhere, so I really never ended up painting that thing. And now I don't know where it is. I think it probably got tossed along with a lot of other stuff.
This is just going to be a permanent fixture on my desk now.
Okay.
Not gonna
We'll hold you to that.
Right. No, I'm sorry. I'm a massive board game nerd, and someone showed interest, so
we're board game nerds too. I'm not gonna show off my shelves because basically I'm embarrassed with how many I have.
My Pokemons. Let me show them to you.
yeah, I have like a couple more shelves back there in cabinets, but they're the ones that survived the last move. You know.
Well, you're lucky though, because I mean yours are beat up and they show lots of use and wear and play.
Yeah.
Whereas mine are all nice and pristine and sitting up on the shelf and getting dusty because I have nothing to play them with. So.
My pride and joy is my copy of Twilight Imperium 3, but it's not because it's like the best copy of the game or the best version of the game. It's not. But it has it's like an 8-hour game. It takes all day to play, right? So you have to make an event of it when you play it. And we instituted a rule the first time we played that the winner of the game gets to sign their name on the box. So my the inside of the box, I used to like run this thing where we'd play Twilight Imperium like monthly for like 3 years. And so the inside of the box is filled with names of those who have claimed victory. It's really my most precious possession now. But anyway, I won't show it just because it has people's real names on there. And
oh, I understand.
Yeah.
The thing I'm actually most proud of as far as my board games, and probably the most played board game I have, is probably Chainsaw Warrior, to be honest. Because I played the hell out of that thing because it was a solo game, and I'm an only child, so it's like, yeah, I played the hell out of that thing because I got it when I was so young, and so it was fun to play by myself. And I really tried not to cheat, but I also had the White Dwarf magazine.
Now.
Yeah, you can get it on an app now, but I also had the card set out of White Dwarf that added all the new equipment to it. So I had those all painstakingly cut out to fit, so I couldn't tell which card was which. And I hope to hell it hasn't been thrown away, but I haven't found it in a long time, and I'm desperately worried that it somehow ended up getting thrown away. Because unfortunately, people don't value your stuff as much as you ever will. And that includes parents.
yeah.
I had a copy of Dungeon Delver, the one with the Willingham cover. But that was so long ago, and I have no idea what happened to it.
I at one point had that game, but I think I donated my copy to like a somewhere. Never mind.
Gabe, first, I don't imagine anybody would want to watch us playing board games while streaming. I mean, it would require a whole different camera setup.
Well, we could just easily use like the sort of the virtual board game stuff, like on Steam, and then we just stream it from like one person's perspective.
There are a couple that would make a good stream, but
which means like then the person who's like got their cards visible, we can all just kind of cheat and look at theirs.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Plus,
there are a couple that make good streams.
The one game I would like to stream would probably get my channel shut down, but because I would love to stream.
Don't say Cards Against Humanity. Don't say Cards Against Humanity.
Kingdom Death Monster.
Oh, okay, there you go. Good.
Because that game is so much fun, and the first time anybody plays it, they either love it or they absolutely hate it. because it's got so much randomness to it. But they've gone through and they've cleaned up a lot of the rules and stuff in it, so it's actually a lot more playable and fun and not as goofed up. But hey, Tim Hayes, and hello, LDG Free the Net, man. It is good to see you, bruh.
Hello.
I'm not super interested in playing Kingdom Death Monster. I would, but I just want the minis from that game.
Yeah, the minis are awesome. I've got a few up here on my desk.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yeah, minis are in some cases more like maxis because they're huge.
Okay, don't say Maxi.
No.
As a woman, I'm just gonna say, please do not.
Sorry.
Well, especially after the start of the show. Like,
Right, because that's where my mind is.
yeah, we need to go and just kind of balance this out with a little bit of toxic masculinity, maybe some sausage.
Please, yes, go on.
Hey, sure. Would you be so kind as to
No,
give me the?
because
No.
this is one of the new miniatures from the gambler's chest. This is the Crimson Crocodile.
Oh.
That is not a Kingdom Death miniature. There's no boobs on it.
Well, it's a monster, and oh yeah,
Since when has that ever stopped them?
I assure you, yeah. See, look, I love Poots. It is definitely a Kingdom Death. I just need to get it painted.
Look at the angry boy.
He's a big angry boy. I didn't want to show off any of my special edition Santas or anything like that because they tend to have like bags of penises and things. No, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I'm really not. Ironcaster, I'll show it to you offline, but I'm definitely not going to show you one of my Kingdom Death miniatures like
Is
that
one of their
on
attacks
stream.
eat a bag of dicks then?
No, but like the Satan miniatures, it's like one of them wears a outfit completely made out of tongues, and the other one wears one completely made out of penises. And I'm totally not joking. 100%. 100%
Well, you know,
not
it's
joking.
tasteful.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is called Satan. But anyway,
I just want to know what a dick jacket looks like.
I could show you. But,
No.
Now you can at least do some gaming.
It's slang for foreskin. Sorry, go on.
Oh yeah. It is.
an Oscar Mayer hot dog controller for Switch?
A Switch controller based on a hot dog with others based on Kool-Aid and sriracha sauce. Yes, this is something kind of dumb and silly I kind of came across, and
These are real?
yes, this is licensed. Each controller will set you back $40, and the matching hard shell carrying case it will be an initial extra $20.
That's kind of cool, and I almost wish I had a Switch now.
It'd be nice to get you on Mario Kart with the rest of the puppets.
I'd get a sriracha sauce one, just because that's my brand. Yeah.
Can you blow up
Got-
that picture?
Let me
no,
open
I
this in
can.
tab.
I don't have to have this as a little screen. Hold on. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, it's got the cocks on it.
Okay.
Awesome.
So you can rock
I'm
out with your
sensing
cock
a
out.
theme for today. It's dicks.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I like the Kool-Aid man. That's kind of neat.
It's festive.
Oh yeah,
How much do these run?
these are $40 each,
It's about what I expected.
and like I said, the case, the carrying case is an extra $20. So you could, for about $60, you can have like the controller and I believe a little case for it. Oh, and these are, by the way, compatible with like other devices. So you could just use this for your PC gaming. So you could play this with Pal Worlds, Grim.
Hell no, Cyberpunk.
I'm gonna play Power on a hot dog.
The commercialism would fit with Cyberpunk.
It totally would. But they already have an Xbox controller that's Cyberpunk themed. Let me push you off there. Speaking of Cyberpunk, yeah, I did get the immunofluid G Fuel.
Little grape, banana and apple.
Yeah. As you can imagine, it mostly tastes like banana, because anything that's banana flavored, that tends to be the dominant flavor. But it's not bad, and, you know, It's got a decent amount of caffeine in it, so it helps me go.
I kind of took a liking more to the gamer subs than the G Fuel. The G Fuel comes off as a little chalky for me.
It does. It does come off as a little chalky. I haven't found one that I really like. Gamer subs was pretty good, I remember. Nothing really beats like pre-mixed Bang though. Although G Fuel in a can is not bad. I wish they had more of their flavors. But when it's pre-mixed like the way that they have it, it's pretty good. It's strong. So I like it. Joe Grogner. I tune in for the awkward silence after each sex joke. Yes, we do. Optimus.
We don't have a lot of grape flavor things here. I'm thinking it's because of prohibition.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I remember watching something about this. So because America banned alcohol, all these farmers were left with all these grapes, and they were like, shit. So they started selling grape juice and things instead. Whereas in Europe, we tend to turn grapes into wine.
Yes.
So it doesn't get used for other things.
Oh.
So, yeah.
That's how refined of you. I just eat grapes, but Dungeon Delver's getting cute here. He says, yeah, the family tried out the Soylent meal drink. We had mixed opinions because the taste varied from person to person.
Oh.
I remember I tried the Soylent meal drink and all it did was give me diarrhea. So that was fun.
So we can put on the side of the package. Good for weight loss.
Yes. Yes. Anything with any kind of milk product in it tends to go right through me. So, yay.
The colonic you can eat.
I have the same problem with anything labeled diabetic friendly, which is a real problem.
Oh God. Yeah. Look at all the stuff out there that's made with
maltitol.
Oh God. Yeah. Maltitol.
It destroys you. Have you ever looked up like Amazon reviews of like sugar-free
gummy bears?
Happy or gummy bears?
Yes.
It's like 5 stars. Prepped me for a colonoscopy.
I laugh my ass off at those things. I mean, I just literally go through the comment section and just read them to people, and they die.
Shit myself so hard. The proctologist sent me to the dentist.
I mean, it's like, you know, I have never eaten a 5-pound bag of sugar-free gummy bears. But I mean, I ate regular gummy bears, which also has a laxative effect. And I swear to God, I'm pretty sure like one of my teeth must have completely popped all the way through because I heard something clink when it hit the toilet.
Oh,
shitting so hard.
They're like so polarizing too, because people always give them like 5 stars or 1 stars because they know what it does. So it'll be like, prep me for a colonoscopy. Almost killed my son.
Yes.
The best ones. The best ones are just an entire novel.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like I pulled one up and it's like I have to keep scrolling and scrolling and I'm still scrolling. Oh, there it is. Yeah. And it's like you could have sold this as a short story.
Well, when you're stuck on the toilet, what else do you have to do but sit there and like fucking type out a novel because you ain't getting off that thing anytime soon. I mean, it's like
a Herculean effort. All of my strength that I could muster, I forced my butt cheeks together, knowing that one false move would open the floodgates.
No, I mean, I'm serious.
To walk like a duck, trying to remain inconspicuous as possible, not even caring now what other people were seeing in front of them. A disheveled, barefoot, 4-year-old businessman, red-faced and bulgy-eyed, sweating profusely, shaking slightly, and walking without bending his knees. With a single-minded intensity, I grabbed my carry-on, shoes, and socks from out of the plastic tub that had passed the X-ray inspection. Oh my God!
Now this really pisses me off to no end.
But seriously though, it's like it's like I remember like getting a hold of the regular gummy bears, and it was just like I was sitting down, and it was just kind of like, okay, I think the initial wave is past. Started to stand up, and it's like stomach goes. Starts making those noises like the fucking thing. It was about to like like
There's more.
erupt out of my ass, and I was just kind of like, okay, I better sit back down. It's just like, Christ. It's like, 15 minutes later, I'm kind of like, okay, is it safe to move? I'm gonna try to stand up. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna sit back down. Sorry,
gravity. It's the thing.
Wasn't trying to rush you.
I swear to God, I gained probably 30% of my Twitter followers in one day when I was just about to be diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. I was stuck in the bathroom all day and I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know I was actually like seriously sick. I thought I just had, some bathroom troubles, and I gained like 30% of my Twitter followers that day. It was insane.
What were you doing?
Nothing else to do. I don't know. I was just like tweeting about D&D or some shit over and over. I don't remember.
No, if it was some shit, you would have gotten more Twitter followers.
I don't remember what it even was, but
Why do you have so many followers from Germany and Vince McMahon?
Oh my God.
Downside, dysentery. Upside, finished my sequel to Ulysses.
Oh my God.
God damn!
There we go.
Alright.
Right. So we've done both bottom orifices. Where are we off to next?
Wait, I've got a list for this.
No.
Go on.
Who doesn't know about the list?
I don't know about the list.
Ironcaster, we do actually have something. There's a reason I asked Grim on today.
Okay.
It's fine. I can stick around.
Okay.
What's the list?
I just don't want to blow through his
people have
time.
put in themselves.
We've already done that one.
Yes, but I get to show Grim this list. Tell you what, I'll pull up a different year's list.
They're all the same.
List of what?
Oh no.
Things people have put where they shouldn't put them.
Oh, all right, Grim. What do you have?
No, Harmony.
No,
you're gonna have to read this one.
It's too late. Oh no.
Yeah, you're stuck.
Every year
no,
at
guys,
Christmas, this year comes out compiled from emergency room visits.
Oh, boy.
Just scroll past the ear. We don't give a shit about this. Come on, let's go to the fun. Let's go to the fun spot. Come on.
Fun orifices.
Yeah, because these are just very ordinary orifices.
It's made my ear itch though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hot sauce packet in the throat.
What horrible things did we do to our penises last year?
Oh,
we do all the holes. Don't worry.
I'm getting penis sympathy.
Oh,
It's like the opposite of penis envy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, put a paper clip through the urethra and puncture through the shit.
Oh!
What the fuck?
Oh. I
What
can't.
the fuck?
Coaxial cable.
What do you do putting a coaxial cable in your dick?
you're getting cable.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay, is he trying to experience cyberpunk? It's not how you do it. Oh, jeez.
Like a whole plastic spoon, like just the shaft of it, or like the spoon part.
I don't even know. I'm hoping it was the handle part, but
Okay, wait. Before you scroll down anymore, do we want to take bets? Anything bigger than an iPad on there?
oh yeah, the iPad was the big one. So yeah.
I'm so sorry, listless receptionist. I tried to stop them.
No, this is. By the way, there's a decade's worth of this list, so I can pull up a different year anytime.
Don't.
Yeah.
All right.
He can. That's enough.
All right. Let's just jump down to go ahead, Harmony.
Scented soap, deodorant lid. Was cleaning self in shower when found a tampon in vagina. Concerned that there is another tampon in vagina.
Like,
do you forget about that? Like,
I mean, yeah. It's like, what
bottle cap?
Were they just desperate and started stuffing them up there?
I don't know.
All
I
you
can
have
see how most of this stuff got there, which is the difference between men and women, because there's no coaxial cable.
Yeah.
Right, sorry.
I can understand the scented soap because, I guess somebody was like scrubbing a little extra vigorously and whoops.
Sure. And
I could see the penis
I can see
ring.
the penis ring. I know how that got there.
We know how that got
rusty
there.
metal, that's kind of in weird territory, but hey,
Yeah.
maybe we sat on a railroad spike today. I don't know.
Bottle cap is clearly from opening a beer bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They tried that party stunt. Silicone balls, patient states, is for for when your husband leaves town. Yeah, okay, I can see that. A ball. A bike reflector's weird.
What the?
Safety at night when you're bending over.
Sponge. Oh, so like just a regular sponge. Okay.
So she could swim.
What the fuck?
Headphones? What's she trying to do? Get a sounding?
Maybe she was pregnant.
Yeah, it makes the baby
Ultrasound.
listen to Mozart, so it'll be smarter than her.
Yeah. So it won't grow up to stick headphones in its vagina.
Yeah.
That hot towel was having sexual intercourse with boyfriend when he put phone and money in vagina.
I mean,
Get a new boyfriend.
Are we sure that's not Vince McMahon?
Clay?
Candlestick makes sense.
Yeah.
Lollipop is.
I could.
That's a yeast infection.
Clay, I think, has watched Ghost and things got out of hand.
Headphones for the iPad. Using massaging. Oh, go on.
Go ahead.
Using massaging urethral vaginal stone balls and the string holding 15 balls together dissolved. Can only find 14 balls.
What the fuck?
Where is the missing ball?
How did the string dissolve? What the hell is your?
Well, so all vaginas are acidic, but like not that acidic.
Yeah, but not that.
Jesus Christ! I mean, I'd be afraid to stick my dick in there if it's that acidic. It's like come out like 3 inches shorter.
Unless you've got a gelatinous cube in your trouser dungeon, that should not be happening.
I mean,
trouser dungeon.
I mean, yeah, does it got like vagina dentata or what?
Jeez.
Toy magic
Dude,
wand.
Play is happy right now.
Toy magic. Somebody was playing Harry Potter wrong. Rectum. Here we go.
All right. So wait. Was there anything in there bigger than an iPad?
No,
I don't think so.
I mean, the bike
we don't know how
reflector,
big-
maybe.
Yeah, or the ball. We don't know. It could be like a fucking.
You don't know how
ball.
big the hot towel was.
It's true. It's true. All right.
I mean,
I'm thinking a moistened towelette.
it was afterward.
Ooh. Golf
Peanut
ball.
butter jar?
You do this one. Please.
Spray bottle. Curtain rod?
Rod.
I guess he wanted to hang drapes. You're going about it the wrong way, sir. Stuck a toy up his rectum because he thought he was constipated. I mean...
It sounds like an excuse.
Yeah, I mean...
People will do a lot of things to try and deal with hemorrhoids.
They will. Toothbrush. What was he trying to, like, make it squeaky clean on the inside out for his boyfriend or something?
I assume it was like the other end of the toothbrush.
Mm.
But-
Toothbrush holder?
Worth pointing out, buttholes are universal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Floss container? A mouthwash? What was he? He was... Oh, that's not a goddamn breath mint!
I like listless receptionist comment again that this is all the same person.
Florida man.
It's like just
At a party having fun with his male friends when one put a shot... Ow!
I hate when that happens when hanging out with friends.
You're just hanging out with your friends and somebody just randomly stuffs shit in your ass. I mean, small wooden knickknack, a screwdriver, plastic. A toy missile. Okay, that had to be a kid.
Yeah.
Plastic vibrating dildo cannot turn it off. Fuck.
What's that sound?
It'll eventually run out of batteries unless it's
I mean,
attached with, like...
Yeah, attempted to dislodge dildo from his anus using a letter opener. Ow.
Oh.
Cigar
like, do
tube.
people know that butt plugs exist?
Yeah. Preferably, flared base ones.
Right, yeah.
Cigar tube to relieve hemorrhoids. I don't think that worked.
We'll see, I'll buy that as an excuse there.
Now, the sad thing is you could normally think this next one was a woman, but it could be a guy nowadays. Feeling lonely, used a mascara container in plastic bag, put in rectum.
Adds volume to your ass hair.
It does. Tin cup.
Clearly ran into Riddick.
I guess. I mean, was drinking with friends and got to experimenting air freshener container stuck in a... Well, I guess that's one way to liven things up. I mean, every time you fart, it smells like someone took a shit in a pine tree. What the hell?
Now, is it one of the ones with like the lever on top and
Yeah, I want to know what this air fresh. It's probably one of the kind with the flared head and base.
Well, one
Marbles.
of those ones that sprays every so often.
Oh, that would be fun, wouldn't it?
When my friends ask where I am on Tuesday nights, I say I'm going on a gaming podcast to talk about gaming.
Well, there was gaming. We did a little bit.
Well, to be fair, we did make a game of this.
We did. A large bottle of shampoo, a large one.
Was it
Like
see how far we can get down the list before Grim loses the will to live? Was that the game?
Sat in bathtub, felt something go into her. That's not. I mean, who would? I could understand how that could happen. Like maybe she had a bubble bath going, and
it doesn't say what.
A cat food can, a bag of oral tobacco. What's your asshole spitting now?
I like the number of batteries down here. Like
3 AAAs, double A's, and 2 AAAs.
Yeah.
See, I reckon that was the same person. They just used the wrong batteries first.
Keep going and going and going.
Maybe they were checking to see if they were secretly a robot or something, and were trying to get pepped up or something.
Yeah, no, funny.
Have we covered every orifice now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we capable as people of moving on to Grimm's thing?
Oh, there were 2 more.
No.
No, what? There were 2 more orifices?
No, 2 more items.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what other orifices
A D-sized battery.
What?
I can understand the confusion with the D.
What was the other one?
Quote, patient said, I have a coin in my ass from a month ago.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean...
How would that stay in there a month?
I mean...
Wouldn't you just, like, poop?
I would think so.
Okay.
They don't sift their poop.
I mean... I don't usually check, but...
This is
I don't
the
either,
list
but I wouldn't assume it would stay.
Now, this was a list I've been looking forward to every year, just so I could like force people to experience it.
Thank you for the experience.
Harmony looks so thrilled
after this list. Next time I'll pull up 2018.
I'm not sure of the correct word to describe my emotions about this list.
Kind of like disgust, but also like mild interest.
Like
Kinda
some of them are impressive. Like the shower rod.
I mean, yeah, it's like it's a little like watching a train wreck, isn't it? It's like it's so horrible you want to look away, but something in you is just like sickly attracted to watching it.
Yeah, I definitely went between disgust, impressed, and I'm not even sure what the third one is.
Yeah. Anyway, if I'm pretty sure it's not aroused, but
no.
Yeah,
that was not one of them.
That was not one of them. Okay, good.
That was not one of them.
Okay, well, let me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let me see. Since we have Grim for a little bit longer tonight, I do have a couple of things. this will definitely get us copyright claimed, but I'm going to put it up anyway because I want everybody's reaction to it. Because it's fun. Or it looks fun. Yeah, this is definitely...
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Gus March Phillips, I have a mission I want you to lead. Thank you, Sergeant.
What's the plan?
To neutralize the German U-boats in the North Atlantic.
Okay, when this is based on the true story, I'm pretty sure that it's based on the true story kind of in the same way that Inglourious Basterds was based on a true story, in that there was actually a Second World War.
And there was a Department of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Yeah. Oh, there was?
Yes, there was. At Churchill's prompting. He wanted people willing to do things that a gentleman shouldn't in order to win the war, because the Germans weren't holding anything back.
And, well, that's funny you would say that, because that is one of the lines in here. Yes, that is Carrie Elways.
We're losing the war. Hitler is not playing by the rules, so neither are we.
See?
We both know that time.
What is the old Scotch whiskey?
I can't make it out.
I think it's old Scotch whiskey. I've seen that particular type of bottle.
Churchill was more of a brandy man.
I don't think this is Churchill in here. This looks like the other guy, Neville.
I'm not very popular with the administration. The reason they find you unattractive is the very reason I find you attractive.
It's Guy Ritchie, and just really quick, I'm gonna roll that. Just back a little bit.
The reason they find you unattractive is the very reason I find you attractive.
Okay. Like, all three of those films, I don't give a shit about any of those. The films I like that Guy Ritchie did was Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch. The King Arthur movie was different. Wasn't great, but wasn't bad. But I love it whenever he does crime shit. Rock and Rolla.
Yes,
so,
if you notice,
the gentleman was crime as well.
But if you notice, they're also showing a trend with these films.
What?
I mean, they're all kind of these British sophisticated types.
I like it better when he does British crime because it's more fun.
The Gentleman was good.
Yeah, they're all gentlemen.
And I liked the Sherlock ones, but
they were fun.
If I'm to do this, I'll need my own team.
The guy in the middle looks familiar, but I can't remember where.
Guy on the left side looks familiar to me. Can't place him.
Kind of looks DiCaprio-ish.
Yeah.
You won't like them. They're all mad.
They'll need to be.
This is an unsanctioned, unauthorized mission. If we fail, England will be condemned to a lifetime under the German boot.
And so I said, that is not a dog. That is my wife!
It's very good.
You and your operation are reckless. Abort this mission now. Hello? Can't hear you. Please do off.
Oh, that was them. Let me. Oh, Henry Golding. I recognize him. He's the Asian guy who was didn't he play like Shang-Chi or some shit? No,
that's Simu Lee.
Yeah, Simu Lee. Who did Henry Golding play? He played some Asian martial arts dude. Alan Richson, I don't know who that is. Isaac Gonzalez, I don't know who that is either. Golding, I know that name.
He's in Crazy Rich Asians. He was in Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
He was in The Gentleman.
Yeah, Snake Eyes is what I remember him in.
Of all the things to know him from.
Well, I just saw Snake Eyes recently, so. So there you go. Yeah, I'm gonna get copyright claimed for this for absolutely sure because of the music and lately, anytime you show a trailer, even if you have good things to say about it, they just jump on your ass and copyright claim. So
I will say with the trailer, I'm interested. I would probably go see that in theaters. But I do feel like kind of World War II feels a bit played out for storytelling. Like, just like I'm kind of sick of hearing the N word. The other N word.
Yeah. The Germans from the 1940s. Yeah.
Those funny mid-century Germans.
Yeah, those guys. Who weren't really that funny. But yeah, I kind of agree. I love historical period pieces, but World War II I'm very tired of. I'd like them to go back to something older and preferably not something that somebody can cabbage onto and say, oh, but this person was actually black.
I would like to see some like Cold War era stuff because I think there's a lot you could do there. With no. I lived through that shit, and I've seen lots of shows already based on that. It doesn't get any better than like the Tom Clancy stuff.
War Games was good.
See, that was Cold War, 80s.
Well, I'm talking about like the 50s and 60s.
Oh,
like the James Bond era, like Sean Connery.
Yeah, you're never going to get another one of those. And yeah, Snortopoopas, that's my fear too. World War II just doesn't work too. Another one bites the dust. Yeah, I think they're going to World War II it, but they're going to like throw the modern spin in it. And
Knight's Tale, it worked.
It worked in Knight's Tale, but that was the first time it had been done, and it was a one and done, and it was good.
That might just be the promo music.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably doesn't actually appear in the movie, though. It's probably just a trailer thing. Go on.
It's also the fact that it's like we keep sampling the same music.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's because, modern music sucks. I mean, it does. I hate to say it. I mean, and I'm somebody who plays a lot of modern music and owns a lot of modern music, but honestly, it's like, as much as I love Mind in a Box, I don't really think it would fit on a soundtrack unless it's a particular type of movie. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about it. I would like to see it. I really wish that my uncle was still alive because he was a really big fan of World War II movies and stuff, and he probably would have enjoyed the shit out of it. But so coming up is, what is it? The Suicide Squad kills the Justice League?
Oh, apparently it's out.
Oh, is it out?
Like early access, yeah.
Oh. Well, fuck those guys, because I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah, I saw that clip that was going around Twitter of Harley Quinn and Batman.
Oh, I have two of them, and they're both insulting as hell. And
this is more Sweet Baby Inc. Influence on video games.
Yeah.
And so the Flash has expired. He saved our lives, yet we ended his. As honorable warriors, we will show proper respect to this fallen hero.
Show a little class, man. Holy shit. Congratulations.
Was that really necessary?
Yeah. So they yeah, so Boomerang basically pisses on the Flash.
So he's the yellow Flash then.
Well, he is after that. And then, yeah, we have this, which this made everybody angry too.
Joker used to be real good at
sorry,
hurting
Patty.
people with words. But you,
I fucking hate Harley Quinn now.
even
I do
when you're
too.
evil, you're still too good. You had a good run, Brucey.
She looks like a
Flying
Jersey
around
City
Gotham, punching
hooker.
bad guys,
She
cleaning
sounds
up
like
the
one too.
streets, causing long-term mental and emotional damage to everyone you knew. It's our turn now. After all we've been through. Oh. Bet you didn't think it'd be me at the end, huh, Bats?
Are we done with your bad stand-up routine?
Almost. But you always gotta end on your best joke.
So yeah, let's go all out and go rush and buy this game and show them that's exactly what we wanted to see.
So, I'm not a superhero fan. I don't watch superhero films. I don't watch Marvel. I tend to like DC a little better than Marvel because I think it's a bit more interesting, but I don't really care for either. But even I can see what they're doing. Like, I mean, it's postmodernist storytelling. The bad guys are really relatable and kind of caricatures of themselves listening to Harley Quinn's voice. But I mean, the bad guys are kind of relatable and might have had a point this whole time, while the good guys represent white supremacy and whatever the buzzword of the day is. So it's not that
Misogyny.
bad that they died. Yeah, misogyny. There we go. I mean, it's a girl power moment to have Harley Quinn kill Batman, right? Right.
Have I misunderstood, or is it an injustice type situation that they've turned evil or something?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Go on. Enlighten us, Ironcaster.
Basically, aliens take over the Justice League, and except Wonder Woman, because we can't have one of our few female heroes like being corrupted. So Wonder Woman gets to be one of the few heroes left, while all the others are, corrupted. They get to go be evil, and shockingly, we're gonna have evil Superman because that's never been done before.
No, that's so original and new.
And the thing that frustrates me so much with this, these are the biggest characters DC has.
Yeah,
this is what they're gonna reduce them to. They're gonna be punchlines to be, pissed on. We're gonna piss on the corpse of our legacy characters because we don't want to make money with these things. Now, the only saving grace, I suppose, is that the current owners of Warner Brothers, because mind you, like about a year or so ago, they were bought out by Discovery.
Caster.
They did. Yes.
Caster. I need a break.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
Now, this really pisses me off to no end.
There you go.
So, so the current ownership of Warner that owns DC, they've had much bigger fish to fry. This game was licensed, the game was out there. It's just really unfortunate because they're now trying to rebuild all their movie side of things. But yeah, here's now this thing we're gonna have out here for the way we want our characters to be seen. That Harley Quinn's gonna go killing Batman. That in this game, Batman kills Robin. Like, guys, this is your biggest character around, and you made him a child murderer.
Yeah.
Batman kills Robin in that game? Seriously?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
There's a throwaway line where apparently we see a domino mask, and they say, "Oh, I guess Batman must have killed Robin."
Oh.
See, I couldn't understand why people were making such a fuss because I thought it was like an injustice thing, right?
No,
and
alternate universe.
No,
yeah, and Elseworld stuff like in Marvel, Punisher kills the Marvel universe was fun.
Yeah,
and things like that.
The problem is the way this is marketed. This is supposed to be tied in with the Arkham games, meaning those amazing, like, best-selling title games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is how that Batman dies.
Kevin Conroy's Batman.
Kevin Conroy's last performance.
Yeah. This is the late Kevin Conroy.
Ooh.
As Batman.
That's sad to hear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry for the Batman fans.
Yeah. And admittedly, you know, after the first 3, those games started to really, you know, hit the shit can, because I think Arkham Knights was a big piece of shit. Wasn't there another one that was out after that too? I mean, Arkham Origins is what I started with, just because it was kind of like I wanted to play them in the chronological order. But
they did do a Gotham Knights game.
Yeah, that was the one that was crap, I think. That's the one where you played everybody but Batman.
And that's the frustrating thing of this, ultimately, is that, you know, they have these iconic, emblematic characters that should be so easy to market. Like, you know what? I want more than anything. I want just a straight up Nightwing game. I love Nightwing. I think he's a great character, but he's only just seen as like an ensemble character. And unless he's going to be tied with the Batman, they're never going to do anything with that. We'll never see a Superman game at this rate without him being turned into an evil psychopath.
Yeah,
this is now the second or third time they've put out a game with literally evil Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's the wrong race, gender, and sexual orientation to be the hero right now. So
yeah, he is the archetype that all deconstructionists like to deconstruct. I mean, Alan Moore has done it. James Gunn has done it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Frank
you know,
Miller.
there's Miller. Frank Miller did it. Countless others have just completely deconstructed, demystified, and messed with Superman to the point where, I mean, I don't understand what his appeal is at this point either, but people love him still, and they just keep messing with him.
Grant Morrison's take was interesting, though.
Yeah, I didn't read
the stuff that was drawn by Quietly.
So Crafty Matt has a question for you if you haven't seen it t-shirt.
Yeah, I did.
Completely different note. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Says, don't want to interrupt, but I have to hear it from T-shirt. How was that last fight in Tekken 8? Exactly what the series needed. I loved the hell out of Tekken 8's story mode, Crafty Matt. I really did. It's one of the best Tekkens I've ever played. And yeah, that final fight between Jin Kazama and Kazuya Mishima is just awesome, because throughout the fight, not only did they play all of Jin Kazama's old music remixed, but as you keep going through all the various rounds, Jin Kazama's fighting style changes. So all of a sudden, your button presses change to older styles of Jin Kazama, his older fighting styles, and it just becomes like a big homage to previous Tekkens, which kind of makes me wonder if in some kind of an upcoming DLC, they're going to offer 3 different versions of Jin Kazama that you can play. Just the one that comes standard with the game, and then Jin Kazama with like Tekken 3 moves, and Jin Kazama with Tekken 4 moves and everything. Because he had a different fighting style in just about every single Tekken game, which made him kind of interesting to play in every game. But also, I'm also just wanted to see all the DLC, who all the characters are going to be in the upcoming games, who we're going to get back and who we're not. So, time will tell. I can say I am way more invested, I'm way more excited, and I'm way more interested in the Tekken 8 than I am in Street Fighter 6. And that's sad, because Street Fighter 6 has a much deeper character creation, a custom character creation mode with RPG story and everything. And I'm just not as interested in it because the characters are, the new ones are shit. I hate them. The music is shit. I hate it. Street Fighter has let me down. Tekken has not. But yeah, that's what I got to say about that. Mortal Kombat can, kiss my ass. I don't touch that shit. But anyway,
I'm gonna have to get out of here.
Oh, we got one more thing.
Oh yeah, no, all right.
All right, we got one more thing. More thing.
Okay. Oh, he's lovely.
And this is the thing that I brought Jim on for. So I don't know what you want to call it. Twat Kate doesn't seem to be right. I don't want to turn it into a gate, so I don't want to really give any credence to that.
Unfortunately, that seems the more popular name. I've been calling it Dungeon Drama.
Dungeon Drama works.
I like Dungeon Drama.
Yeah. So I have reposted the stuff about it, and I've seen others doing it too, Cyrano and others. And I cannot believe the amount of pushback that we're getting on this. We have people coming out of the woodwork saying, oh, well, her credentials aren't right, or all her credentials are missing, so we can't verify any of this, or the writing is bad, or, we can't verify the audio, even though, it's making me upset because it's kind of like,
do you want to give a brief summary of what this is all about for people who don't know?
Please go ahead. You're way more invested in this than I am.
Okay.
I feel tertiary to it, really.
So an article was published on Medium by a Dr. Cleo Weissman. She spent several years, starting during COVID, investigating like harassment and cancellation in the tabletop role-playing industry, and quickly zoomed in on a certain bunch of people. If you've been involved in tabletop at all, you know that the kind of people you'd have expected her to go after would have been, well, people like me, or the RPG pundit, or Venger, or the usual targets that get attacked by this sort of thing. But she didn't, because in her investigations and talking with people, she found out that it was the other people, the pillars of the community, the pretentious indie devs who had been going around in an organized fashion, deliberately trashing people's reputations, applying pressure to get them censored, deplatformed, all of that kind of shit. And this article was up for about 14 hours. Then it was taken down again, but the internet is forever. The Internet Archive has preserved it. So it all came out. I'm mentioned in the article, not directly by name, but I'm mentioned. But then the latter half of the article focuses on Zach Smith, who was cancelled and was accused by his ex of all kinds of horrible sexual assault, misdemeanor type things. It's complicated. The article kind of appears to exonerate him, but for me, the more important part is that it has made explicit what we all already knew was going on, that people were going out of their way to cause trouble for creators that they didn't like for one reason or another, or saw as competition. And the article just lays bare how horrible these people are, because they're on record, and there's audio recordings that we also managed to recover of them saying that they do it for kicks, that they do it to get up on other people, that they do it to people they have political disagreements with, they do it to people who get too popular or make too much money, compared to them, it's as petty and horrible as you can imagine. That's pretty much the summary. Since that came out and it involved me, I was kind of the first one to take it public in a big way, because I was hearing it in private from lots of people. And it's being suppressed on forums, Reddit, Facebook groups, anywhere else you care to mention. A whole bunch of very low follower accounts seem to have appeared to argue with anyone who shares it. I've had attempts to false flag my YouTube accounts over it. I probably can't say that. Someone who was hosting some parts of it, discussion of it, had an attempted DDoS. Yeah, that's how stupid and serious all this is. There's more complications in we don't know why it was withdrawn. The doctor who created the article and was doing a study, she's kind of withdrawn from public. You can find her qualifications. Several people involved have come forward and said, yeah, they talked to this person. It's all legitimate. There was this study going on. The people who've come off worst from the article, they seem to be focusing on the fact that, oh, we didn't consent for these recordings to be out there. You know, look at the horrible things she did, while not actually denying anything that they did. It's so it's a horrible clusterfuck.
Yeah.
I'll shut up now. I tend to ramble.
No, it's fine.
That was a good summary.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm just surprised at how many people have come out of the woodwork to either, basically press X to attempt to disbelieve as hard as they possibly can. And I'm not talking about people I actually have spoken with on a regular basis and who I admire and I like. I mean, I don't want to list any names because I don't want to make anybody look bad, but it's just shocking to me how many people either just straight up don't care or they just kind of like go, okay, so we already knew all this. What is this going to do any good?
Yeah.
Can you highlight Crafty Matt's comment there?
Which one?
Either of the most recent ones.
This? Or...
Yes. I think that's behind some of it. I think they've got this weird, toxic, symbiotic relationship with each other. The wokes like having someone to rail against, and the anti-wokes like having someone to rail against. So it's not in either of their interests, commercially or personally, or in terms of profile, for things to stop.
Could be.
Yeah, it's getting to be just so tiring. The battle just never ends. It's like, can't we talk about some fun stuff? Can't we enjoy some stuff? No, we have to be always upset, always angry. It's like, this is long term not good for anyone's health.
No, believe me, I know.
I'd like to keep my hair. I kind of like having all this.
Yeah.
I'm in danger of turning into Captain Harlock any moment.
Can I just say, on a more personal note, as a personal comment to Grim Jim, I thought the way that you were treated in that article was dirty. That pissed me off more than anything else in that article. That one little spot that was like, yeah, we might have ruined his life for a certain kind of threat that he didn't make, but he was a nasty guy, so it's okay. That part made my blood boil. That somebody would say that. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Holy shit.
Yeah. And she never talked to me, this doctor. She never interviewed me. And yet I'm kind of the crux of that whole chain part of the article. It felt a bit off-putting not to have been consulted. So
the way you handled that on air was very graceful, but still more graceful than I would have handled it. God.
Well, you chose to talk about it when I was at work, so I couldn't really tune in and enjoy. But
yeah, I was
watched it after the fact. So
I was I was at the bar at the time, so I saw it. I thought I'd hop in and at least say hi.
But yeah, no, that part upset me. To see you reading that live on air, that legitimately upset me. That they would say that. It's just an ugly thing to say. But
yeah.
Aside from that, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm not the only person this kind of stuff has happened to. Many of the people it's happened to, maybe they're a bit unsympathetic as figures. Zach S is a dick. There is no escaping that. But he doesn't deserve what's been done to him. But in many ways, it's a shame that the article focuses so much on him, because that's what's stopping it from being shared a lot of places, because they ban any discussion of Zach, full stop. Quite how he's ever supposed to redeem himself if he is innocent without the ability to communicate that, I don't know. But it's the excuse they're using to block discussion on Reddit and on Ian World and presumably RPGNet. I haven't even bothered to go and look there. But
it's a digital death sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and not only that, but it's just kind of like he's an easy target because he is an asshole. And maybe that's why one of the reasons why they went after him, because they knew they could.
I did tease people to try and get them to come and watch the channel by saying I'd drop some new information, which I've gotten today. Has your subscriber count gone up at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. All right. So you're going to have to take all this with a pinch of salt, right? But I'm fairly certain, about 90% certain from people I've talked to, that Weissman's article was edited and shared by a third party, not her, right? So she had written most of it, but the second half of it that focuses on Zach seems to have been put out, edited, written, put out by someone else. That's why there's a jarring sort of change in tone between the two halves of the article. We don't know who yet. Some people think it's Zach. I don't necessarily. The voice clips were never supposed to have gone out. They were her private research notes. Sure, they were held online, but not visible to the public. So they were never supposed to have been disclosed. Though everyone who's been involved in those interviews with her says that they did, have to give permission to be recorded, all of that. So it's just the disclosure of those that's problematic. Dr. Weissman has cancer, apparently quite advanced, which is why she was handing stuff off to an editor to deal with. So this is, whoever's done this is either really incompetent or potentially taking advantage of the situation, which would be disgusting.
Yeah.
But despite all that, and despite people's protestations, all the information in the article, just the bare information, does seem to be genuine. Even people who've been accused of bad things seem to be confirming that, they did the interviews, they talked to the doctor. They haven't denied anything that's in it. They've just kicked up a stink about how their privacy was violated and so on, which is fair enough to the extent that it's fair enough. But the facts are still the facts.
It sounds like if this is the case, then perhaps the recordings were just part of, like, let's say, the folder where all this information was kept, and then the person who was then handling it didn't realize that was supposed to be kept confidential.
Yeah. Now, so this is regrettable and a horrible breach of ethics, potentially, but it still doesn't make any difference to what actually happened.
No.
So I really don't think it makes it makes that much difference. The other, Jay Ryance did a blog where he talks about it. Zach has stuck his head over the parapet slightly in the comments. It's not much there, but if you're interested, jryance.blogspot.com. You can go and see what he had to say. He was interviewed. The other main thing is that more and more stuff is pointing back to this Mongrel Banquet Club, which seems to have been a group of people just putting out stuff under pseudonyms that was kind of ragging on people. And they seem to have been one of the main coordination points for the harassment and slagging off of people. They did have a store on drive-through. They got rid of everything on it over the course of 72 hours, kind of trying to cover their tracks, I guess. So those are the two main new bits of news that I promised people if they turn up. So I will recap that tomorrow. And I might have some more information tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just want to reiterate that I don't know Zach Smith. I've never spoken to him. I own a couple of his products, like from Lamentations and Maze of the Blue Medusa. But other than that, I have no dog in this fight as far as Zach Smith is concerned. My interest in this is not Zach Smith. My interest in this is the fact that, my friend Grimm was named in this, and I support Grimm. And the other thing is, the fact that we actually have on record people admitting to doing these kind of horrible things. Now, I mean, yeah, it's easy for people to just point out and say, well, we already knew all this stuff was happening. What difference does this make? And my whole thing is kind of like, well, first, we actually have concrete information that it was going on. And second, it's easy to just kind of like, look past this and say, okay, what's the big deal? We knew this was going on. But the thing is, it's like, if we just gloss this over and we don't think about this and, consider how these people work, they're going to do this again. And it may not be the same group. It may be a completely different group, but they'll pick a different target to go after. They'll cancel them successfully, or they'll try to cancel them. And it may be somebody you care about. I don't want to give out names because I don't want to suggest targets or anything, but it's just, the whole thing just really disgusts me.
Yeah.
I think people oh, go ahead. You first.
Oh, I was saying we're seeing articles like this sort of thing coming out in other places. Like Film Thread has the D files for some of the Disney stuff we're seeing. This stuff, it does matter to get these things out, because these articles, it's a easy way to kind of condense this information out and get it to people to see, to be able to say, hey, look, here's our websites talk about these things. Here's publications getting this information out. It absolutely matters to get this out. And every time we can, repeat the truth, it helps push back against the lies.
Mm-hmm.
Harmony, what did you want to
So I think we can probably say that both things here are true, that the people who are in this article absolutely had their privacy violated, that the article's publication was handled in a completely unprofessional manner, and somebody's at fault there, and that's a bad thing. But also the subjects of this article are not good people and have done some very bad things to other people. And I think that people need to really think about what they're doing before they jump on a hate mob. Because you can easily get swept up into circles online of, this is a bad person. Look what he said 3 years ago. Look what they said while on a stream drunk or something. Like, you can really get sucked into hate mobs like that, like where people are like, yeah, and one time he said this, and oh God, this is a bad person. Wait, you have his employer's number? And you don't actually really think behind an anonymous account how much that actually fucks with someone's life. Like, I've known people who have been the target of hate mobs. It destroys them. It leads people into horrible depressions. It leads people to contemplate doing very stupid things that we won't talk about here. And it can just completely wreck somebody's life. And I think people don't really think about, did this person really do what they said? Is it really worth ruining someone's life over something they said 6 years ago? I don't think people give that sufficient thought before they jump on a hate mob. And that's what I'm hoping changes. And will that change because of this article? I don't think so. But I hope it changes for some people.
Yeah, and that's how it starts with some people. I just want to say something that I said on Nerd Cognito, which I went on to talk about this. Calling it harassment doesn't really get across exactly what is going on, because the term harassment has become so utterly devalued. You know, you disagree with someone online, that's harassment. You say something stupid, lots of people will reply back, that's harassment. It's not really harassment. What these people do is they go to your friends and they ask them, why are you friends with this person? This person said or did bad, wrong thing that may or may not have ever happened. They go to your employers. If you're freelance, they go to people who hire you. If you sell stuff through a sales point online, they go to that sales point and they try to get your products removed, and they review bomb, and they do horrible stuff like that. They will send you a torrent of anonymous hate to your emails, or even in physical post. Sometimes I had some of that. They will go after your friends, your family, anyone they can get at to use as leverage against you. And whether you've done anything or not, and whether people sympathize with you or not, they don't want that treatment. So even very close friends, people you care about, people who care about you, will withdraw because they don't want to get caught in the backlash. So calling it harassment, I don't think really gets it across. So much of our lives is tied into online these days. There's not that delineation that there used to be between your online and offline identity. They set out to ruin your life for whatever reason. And it's truly horrendous. Harmony kind of dodged around the issue, but these people's harassment has been going on with me for over 10 years and did contribute to 2 suicide attempts that I had due to very severe depression, which I've suffered with for many years now. So yeah, it certainly contributed to that, especially the sense of isolation and betrayal that comes from people. In hindsight, you can look back and you say, all right, you're protecting yourself. You don't want any of this to happen to you. You know, I sympathize, I understand. But at the time, there's no words. It's like grief. It's like you've died, but but everyone else is still there. It's horrendous.
Yeah.
Losing friends is awful. It really is. Losing like a romantic partner, like you can understand that a lot of times, but when friends cut you off, people that you thought were there for you no matter what, there's no feeling like it.
It's being depersonified or depersoned,
And it's not just these guys that do it. A lot of people are trying to get me to pay attention to similar things that have happened to them. And I understand that, and I sympathize and I feel sorry for them. And there are certainly people who are kind of supporting me in this endeavor that have done similar things themselves. I don't think quite as bad, because they've tended to do it to people's faces. But I think we could all do with just pausing before we do anything remotely like this to each other ever again.
Yeah. I've been canceled, and I've been hate mobbed, and I've been hate mobbed for stupid stuff. But my first interaction with a hate mob was almost kind of innocent. I'd had a game with an old friend, a very old friend, and I was annoyed because, I've known this guy for a long time. He knows how to role play, and he starts saying, you know, well, my character does this, you know, and that always kind of cheeses me a little bit because it's kind of like, you're an experienced role player, you know how to get into your character's headspace, and you said my character does this instead of, you know, I do this or something. And I think I posted it up kind of innocently up on Twitter saying, I was like, there's nothing that's more annoying than having a seasoned role player say, my character does this in a game. You know, and Twitter doesn't really give you a lot of characters to really explain or give a lot of context to what you post. So naturally people saw that and they dogpiled the living shit out of me for 3 days. Telling me what a horrible person I was, calling me a gatekeeper and all these other things, and, you know, making all kinds of excuses, you know, for the other for my friend, saying, you know, well, maybe that's all he's capable of and you're just being a shithead for, you know. And I'm just kind of like, you don't even have the faintest sense of context to what this tweet was about, but you're willing to, crucify me in front of all your friends and all this other stuff for putting out a tweet that you have no context for, just because it sounds like something. And up until that point, I hadn't really been much of a radical. I hadn't really been, jumping on anyone's bandwagon. There were a lot of people I agreed with and stuff. And I thought generally most of my Twitter interactions were pretty good. But that particular episode, it really kind of taught me the value of A, be careful what you say on Twitter, and B, it doesn't take much to whip up a mob against you, especially if it's people that you thought were your friends or people that you thought you got along with. You
Yeah.
find out real quick who they are.
I'll be honest.
Hmm?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'll be honest. I'm actually surprised it hasn't happened to me yet.
Well, I mean, I think after Elon took over, a lot of those people either saw that they weren't doing anything, or
I don't know.
yeah, maybe so. RPG Grandma, maybe they were saying themselves in my comment and taking it personally. I don't know. But whatever the case was, it's kind of funny because the people who did support me, those are the people that I still have as supporters, as friends, including Dave Morris, who, has been on the show, and old school guy, but also others. But the sad thing is because of all that stuff, I know I hit a lot of people's blockchains because they just immediately saw that and just immediately went straight to blockchain. And one of those people that may have been an inciting incident for why I got blocked by Janelle Jacquez. I really don't know. She's not around to ask anymore, and even if she were, she had me blocked, and I'll never know why. I never had a single interaction with her. I had nothing but admiration for her and the things that she did for the industry, for the hobby. So for somebody that high profile to just block me out of hand without hearing out what I had to say or anything, or that
you were following the wrong people.
Yeah, that
these
kind of
tend to work.
hurts. Yeah, that hurts, and that's kind of the sad thing, is the fact that this weird, this cancel culture, this hate mobbing, this guilt by association crap, it destroys more opportunities to have a discussion. It destroys more opportunities to make a friend. It destroys opportunities to explain yourself or to make yourself heard, make yourself clear when you may have been misunderstood. And I hate it so much.
I'm surprised I'm surprised no one's tried to come after me for anything like by proxy, like to this point.
Well, don't knock on wood, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Might happen now.
I'm slowly gathering the infinity gem of like toxicity.
Yeah.
Go on, Harmony.
It hurts sometimes though to be like just a block from someone you liked. Like someone shared a YouTube video with me recently, and I like got watching this guy's YouTube channel. And I'm like, yeah, I jive with this guy. He's cool. I like him. I'm gonna follow him on Twitter, and blocked. And I'm like, what? But we have like 99% the same opinions, man. I don't know what I did.
Exactly. There's an artist.
I don't want this to be a total bummer for everybody, because I think this is an opportunity to make a change. These people are never going away, probably. This behavior probably isn't going away anytime soon. But, if we all try to act a little better, be a little bit more chill, a little bit less hateful, then that is a change, and that can snowball as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Because it's having been hit with the cancel hammer, I try to be a little bit more kind and a little bit more forgiving. I'm not so quick to just jump on somebody just because they say something I don't like or they badmouth me in some way. Sometimes I'll ask them, well, why do you come to this conclusion or something? I just ask them, why do you say that?
Don't give them a mob to control.
Yeah. And some of these people I end up following, and we end up becoming friends. I mean, we don't. That's the wonderful thing about the internet. You don't have to agree with everybody on it, but at the same time, you don't have to just immediately cancel somebody outright just because you don't.
It's true. Like, I got people on Twitter that sometimes they're like mean to me, but then like sometimes we're just cool, and I don't really know what the difference is.
Yeah. And I'm friends with some people that a lot of other people hate severely. I'm not naming names again because I don't want to put targets on anybody, but I have friends that I follow who follow me, and other people just hate the daylights out of them because of how they normally interact with other people. But I'm like, well, I'm friends with them. I think they're okay. I kind of get what they're coming from. Yes, they're assholes much of the time, but we still follow each other. We still talk because there's that 1% of the time when they're cool that I like.
Someone has republished the article on Medium.
Oh, cool.
I just retweeted it.
Someone
called no, someone called Volk Colo Patreon 4. Let me grab the thing and drop it in.
So I'm curious if that was the case, then we could have run it through something like news diffs to see what had changed.
This person, whoever they are, don't have much of a following, and they seem to spend a lot of time reposting things from Milo Yiannopoulos and
Oh, no.
a whole bunch of other kind of somewhat right-wing type spam. But yeah, the article's up on their Medium page for whatever reason. They're probably not allowed, but they've done it.
Well, they've got the audio listed, privately listed on YouTube in the article.
Yeah, they seem to have edited it with with YouTube videos replacing some of the audio and stuff. So
Makes sense.
I don't know. I distrust their motives, but people can see the article on Medium again because people were having trouble with archive.
I truly do need to leave, however.
Okay.
So it's been wonderful. I'm sorry.
And we should wrap up anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. I do want to throw out one little bit of positivity here at the end. Just because I was afraid we were getting too negative. But I did get some fun stuff. Look at it real quick. I promise I'll be fast. But our good friend Alex T from Black Oath Entertainment, I just got his newest demonic official zine. This is the second one. This is for his game. And it's really cool. This guy is like the most prolific creator I know. He's been on the channel before, and he's just constantly putting out one thing after another. As soon as he's got one thing coming out, he's got another one already in the works. But he's a great guy. Yes, he has a Patreon. He's on Twitter. Check him out at Black Oath Entertainment up on Drive-Thru RPG. And completely for free, he sent me this really nice hardcover Across 1,000 Dead Worlds book, just for being cool. And this is a really beautifully bound book. It's glossy. I mean, it's super duper thick. It's a solo RPG, I think. But it's just amazing. And this is a pretty pricey piece of work. It had counters. It has maps. It's really cool. Yeah. This is pretty sweet. Yeah, look at that bind. And yes, it does have a marker in it. Very nice. I mean, it's quality stuff. I was very shocked when I got that in the mail. Plus, I think he's a big fan of Grimm, too. I don't know if he sent you anything.
He'd sent me some PDFs. I'm going to order something eventually, but...
Lovely.
I've got to let Harmony leave, so end the show.
All right. All right.
No, it's okay. You don't have me hostage. I can go when I want to.
You can. You can.
They
But we
also
love it when you're here.
Whenever I want.
I am an independent woman. I don't need to be dismissed.
And you're a redhead.
God,
We know
man.
not to mess with you.
Is that what they say? All right.
I'm so not going to put up the bitches leave thing. I'm so not going to.
I hope I'm as cool as you one day so that people will send me free stuff. Hit me up if you need my address, guys. Right.
All right, guys. Well,
The most
on
shitty
behalf
meme
of
wins.
On behalf of everybody here on Tuesday with Geeks, thanks for being with us. It was an extra long 2-hour job, but I think it was worth it. It was really good.
Covered
Catch us on
every
Saturday.
orifice, so.
Yes, we definitely did. All the fun ones, anyway.
Yeah.
All the ones that you can stick things in and enjoy.
Next week.
Yeah.
Oh. Right.
But here's our outro.
Think this is it, kiddo?
So,
Promise me one thing, will you?
I promise. No idea what, but I promise.
Not asking you to never give up. Sometimes you gotta let go. Just don't let anyone change who you are, okay?
Johnny.